Hello. Let's see here. So, for starters, I finally figured out how to deal with the C sorting issues I've had for the past 2 days. Yeah, 2 days. Came up with another workaround which I am pretty happy with. So now I can place objects between, under, and stuff, and it's just sorted properly as it should be, which feels really good. So with all of that done, I can actually made it, but the solution I ended up with was basically go to sprites, click here. It's split up into multiple slices for tall game objects. So if we go to the large tree here, it's actually split up, and you can see they have different positions and C values. So when you look at it in 3D, it actually looks like this. And if we go here, check, see how it all actually is sorted. And the further away it is, the further away means it's actually above other stuff. So it's a bit counterintuitive in 3D mode, but that's how I have set up. So I also managed to fix the problem I had at the end of the stream last night. If we go and check. This one and here, and I basically only did this. I added a piece of code to detect when you do the first move on a game step. So if I start the game, and just why is that one not moving? Oh god, that's not right. Anyway, oh yeah, I think that object might, whatever. Something is clearly wrong with that. Wait, what? What? What have I done? Oh no. Why is everything broken all of a sudden? It worked before I started the stream. Wait. Okay, so see, sorting is done. Moment indicator, game object. Careful active did fall. What did I mess up? Oh. Oh. Well, that's a problem. Player entity. Controller. Wait, what? No, that's not the problem. Oh. Folder 2. Wait, what? $96. Wait. I started. I'm very confused. What did I break? Oof. I had a plan for the stream, and then the moment I start the stream, of course, something breaks. How did that happen? Why is there now object reference not set an instance of an object? Which one are they talking about? Is it this one? Debug log. Not an instant. Wait, is it because of... Because these are non-serialized? Because I did change that, but that shouldn't really affect anything, I think. Oh, apparently it does. Never mind then. But why? Is it because it's not set to null? Or it's not set to curvefall, rather? You can just... Yeah. Wait, if I undo this, go to curvefall and... How about that? Will that solve it? That did solve it, okay. So, because it was serialized before, it for some reason made this not crash, but this is what it should be, because... No, wait, it created a default curve animation before when it was serialized. So everything did have one. Oh, that makes sense. But it should be like this. So if there isn't a animation, we just use the default. Let's just push that. Grid object. There we go. And now, with that solved, hopefully. Yes. Now that I have fixed that, I can actually do what I meant to do this stream. Okay. So we are gonna implement bridges. Let's just start off by, do we want bridges? No, let's start by going here and making a bridges, and let's do like 2 so it takes priority over decals. No, that's incorrect. This one. B2. Okay. So now they are otherwise the same. And then we want the grid manager, decal container, bridge container, bridge. No. Bridge container. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to create a bridge type as well. So let's just go here, vehicle, okay. Bridge, we don't need that for bridges. And then we can save this here. And that's all the basics for creating new type. Okay. So yeah, for now, let's just use, do I have something I can use as a placeholder graphic? Actually, let's just take, where is a custom, let's just take that for now as a bridge, because that should be, let's check just to make sure. Yeah, the pivot is the same as the decals. And it's using a decal. We should remove, oh yeah, refresh. Bridge. Use gravity. I wonder if I can abstract that away later, because some type of grid objects should absolutely never use any kind of gravity, like a bridge. But and same with curve fall. Like these should probably be separated away at some point. Anyway, we now have a bridge. So if I place the bridge here, then move it, then I set it to height 1. Actually, let's do this. We now have the bridge there. Oops. That is a bridge. It obviously does not have any collision yet, but let's just see how it looks. I can go below it, and if I wait, does this actually work? No, it doesn't, because its internal position isn't updated. So move just to make sure that it looks correct while I'm walking above it as well. Yeah, looks good. Okay, so time to add the collision. I did realize that movement indicate to account for bridges as well. Okay. If I go to maybe fall by gravity, right, this is where we want it. So our bridge below, actually bridges below, so it checks the correct stuff. We don't have to check for self because we're looking for bridges. It should actually not be below, it should be... No, wait. Yes, that is correct. I was thinking of something else. So... sort it to get the bridge that's closest to us. Then... yeah, this is correct. Now, eventually I want to combine the code for these things using an interface or something. Okay, let's see. Nope. That's... oh wait, it should be equal or less than, because the bridge is actually on the same. Oh wait, because the... right. So when we have the bridge below size, should not be used, because bridges do not have a size, they are flat. Obviously. Now it should work. Ah. Now we can go below them. Move things below them. And if we move this one for a moment. Push it down. Okay, here it looks correct. Great. So next step would be to fix the player movement indicators. Player update movement indicators. We basically just want the same code here. Bridges. Oh wait. Bridges below. And it should be like that. And again, we do not want the... Yeah, that's actually true. We can remove size. There. And oops, player. Remove the size there. Show indicator. As long as they're not at the current position. Shouldn't that be... No, above the... Right, that makes sense. But we actually do not want to show indicators at all if there's a bridge. No, wait, if the bridge is further down, we still want to show it, so it should probably be... If it's less than, we want it to show. Yeah, that makes sense. Now yeah, the indicator does not show for the bridge. And yeah, actually that's fine. However, let's try this. I'm standing here. It should show on the bridge because it's further down than me. And it doesn't. New said is the bridge said. New said is less than. Why is that failing? Oh wait, it's not failing. I messed up. Decals should be above bridges, not the other way around, obviously. Prefabs. So decals we have 2 and bridges we have 1. That is still not... Oh wait, stop the game and run again because it didn't update the prefab. There we go. Doesn't show, and the bridge doesn't show, it doesn't show. Perfect. Okay. So now we have the basics for a bridge implemented, but there are still some problems. So let's just start with that. If this one is moving upwards, let's have it so that the boulder is moving up. And then we stand here. That's a problem. So we need to update the logic that drag along objects on top to make sure there isn't a bridge in between. Or rather, if there is a bridge right above, then the rest of the logic should not run. So drag it here. Objects on top. Okay. If there's a bridge on top of us. Okay. That wasn't very helpful. Bridges below us, let's just copy that. Bridges above. Check the... Yeah, we don't actually need grid direct and stuff either, but whatever, for now we'll leave it as is. Bridges above. If bridges above count length, it's above 0, return. No, wait, actually not. Because we still need this to happen. And equals... Yeah, we just need this to not run, so... No. Grid object. Objects on top. Yuck. New. Right. Right. So that should do it. We only want to look for objects on top and move those in the case that... Actually, can I just... isn't null. Instead of having to define it. Like that is 0. Equals null. There we go. Now you should no longer bring along something if there's a bridge in between. No, wait, I forgot. Plus grid precision plus size plus 1. I think that should do it. Nope. Why not? It's moving, so I have the grid position. Let me just set plus size. Oh wait, it's not plus 1. There we go. And I assume that I still can. Yeah. Okay. Nice. The bridges are now implemented. If there is... never mind. Like that. I think that is every single situation. I think it should now work for everything in the game. I can bring something along, and if it's on top of the boulder, it should get pushed along on top of the bridge and then stay on the bridge. Yeah. Great. That's done. That only took half an hour. I thought it would take a bit longer. Okay. That, and we skip. No, actually, we do not skip the... We'll have this one. Yes. Revert. And have this as the new base scene with the bridge added. And actually add a few more bridges, just make it a bit neater. Just for... Okay, now we have this bridge here. Walk around, walk under. That looks great. Perfect. Okay. I think that's enough to push everything. Or commit it, rather. Bridge. Finish. Implementation. Yeah, let's just double check the code real quick. Bridges, empty, as it should be. A bridge container. All correct. Grid position. Correct. 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 Okay, commit. So that... all the problems I had for multiple days led up to this. I finally am able to implement bridges and have it all render properly. That feels good. Okay. I do actually want to, style the bridge a little bit. So, show an explorer. Name bridge. What's it called? I forget its name. Is it ASAP, right? Yeah, ASAP, right. Oh, right, I don't have it added. I need to go back. Programs. Sprite. Just like this. And I suppose we'll just start really basic, like, oh boy, I'm not an artist. No, that's wrong. 3, 4, 3. It should work, right? No, that won't be centered. 4, 2. Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1. Yeah, that's fine. Oops. Yeah, let's just draw one and copy it for the rest. So I guess we would have 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like that, except you can't actually see below. But I have like a line for the this line would go there to there, like so. Oops, that's wrong. Remove this and do this, and then do this. Actually, let's have it with 2 pixels. Oops. No. 2 pixels. God damn it. That does look a bit strange. Oh well, whatever. And this put down 1. Okay, let's fill it with like brownish for a row. More yellowish. Fill tool is not filling. That's the fill tool. Fill. And then we take it dark. like so. Then nah. That's better. Still want like shading and stuff, but this is a start. It looks kinda how I want it. Okay, save. And then reload. Oh, there it is. Looks 10 out of 10. 32 compression. Point. I think that's everything. Yeah, well rect. There we go. Bridge. And assign it. Alright, I need to set the pivot. Center, apply. And there we have it. A bridge. Why is there some... It's curious. Yeah, why is it like that? Strange. Oh no, it's... I'm stupid. It's the indicator for jumping down that is actually down below the bridge. Okay, never mind. That is exactly what it's supposed to look like. Okay, that's just assets, yeah. And a bridge sprite. Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, I was gonna do that as well. Because right now, if I were to do this, if I were to do this and step on top of there, Unity would freeze. Because it would just move me around in circles forever. And I want a failsafe to prevent things like that, at least to some extent. So, I guess we just actually close others. Didn't I write how to do that? Nope. When something lands on it. Or rather, during stepping. Can add a public override or a late step. Here we can have a private list entities push clear. Add if it is already. So now if it's already been pushed once, it should no longer push. Hopefully Unity won't freeze. I guess we'll find out. Oh. Yeah. So it only tries once for each one. It's fair. That's probably how I want it, as a failsafe. Yeah, that's stupid. Okay, but let's just add it up here. We can use the new instead. This format. Okay. For sure. What next? Should I maybe try and implement a tool to draw bridges easier instead of having to place them all manually? Add a new tool to just paint them. Editor script. CMBrush. What if I grid object tool? Yeah, that's what I want to extend. So I make this to a bridge tool. Bridge tool. Bridge, grid object. So I guess. Oh yeah, there's a lot of logic here. Do I actually want to do this? I could. Get grid object world rect. I don't need that. Yeah, let's just update this for now. Okay, so that's the bridge tool, and that's the bridge tool. This one and this one. Okay. We don't need that. Don't need those. Snap. Snap the ground. We don't need that either. Yeah. Yes. Field. Int field. Height. Height. Oh, intable. It should. Int 0 private. Mouse drag. That's when we're gonna paint. So set this like 2. Why is it going outside? Huh. Oh well, that's fine. Oh, this is so much code. How would I raycast this? I guess for each height we go minus or plus 24. So like grid objects. Comment out all of this for now. Drag object hit surfaces, and remove those as well. Raycast tile at warp position. That's probably what we want. Oh yeah, how do we get the... I guess you would have to select base grid while drawing. So... how do you get to selection again? Grid manager, like selection. Grid manager. Assault. Let's just go with that for now. Wait, what? Oh, right. First or default. Wouldn't it be... Wait. Can't I actually... Oh. Wait, why do I even need the... Oh yeah, I need the grid manager. Let's see its position. It should always be 0, but it might not be. Get tile world rect. That's... Huh. Let's just do this for now. How do I do this? Interesting. I'm confusing myself. The highlighted position, so I don't really need raycasting. For now I basically just need the world point. So if we use debug log world point, if I click now, we'll see exactly where that is. Okay, so this is minus minus, and we round it down to get the tile. let's do this. Grid point. New vector 2 in. No, vector 3 int actually. Floor, and then we have the selected height. And for the Y, we also need to minus selected height. Yeah, that's correct. So now, if we do this and the grid point. I click there. Wait, what? Oh, wrong tool. Now if I click here, is minus, then it's 0. But if I set it to 1 instead, wait, what? Oh. Right. I guess that's it. Oh, why is it not? Hello. I'm working on a puzzle game. Of course, Unity decided to freeze just as I was gonna show. So, let's see. I'm basically just trying out a bunch of different stuff and learning how to use the various tools of Unity to develop a game. So the entire idea of the game is that you basically move and everything moves when you move. So it's like a turn-based puzzle game. So I move, the boulders move, you can push things around in various ways. So right now, I have just earlier this stream, I implemented bridges into the game, so you can walk under and above them and stuff like that. And I'm currently trying to make a tool to make it so that I easily can place bridges on the map. So let's see. I click here. Be correct. And how do I go about this in a good way? Like that. Yeah, that's actually interesting. I have not thought of it that way before, but I suppose that's actually very similar. So if I... Yeah, exactly. Like, I have not actually played that game, but I've seen others play it before. So I really like turn-based games in general, and puzzle games, so That's what I'm trying to do, see where it goes. I'm primarily just trying to learn. Yeah, it's been a while since that game came out now, but yeah. Like this entire project is basically just me learning Unity. The entire point is just to learn how to use the tools and stuff. I didn't really set out having a specific goal for making a game or releasing a game or anything. I'm just trying to learn as much as possible by trying different things. Yeah. So grid object. Wait, how do I do that again? Get objects. I'll just do this for now. Oh, I have not heard of that one actually. Let me check real quick if I recognize it. Let's see here. Bad eyes. Oh, it does look familiar, but I can't say that I entirely recognize it. It does look fun though. It has pretty much the same perspective as my game, so, and it's also very much tile-based squares, so I understand the similarities. Yeah. That's interesting. Oh. I might actually look at that game later. Write that down. And actually I'll place it in my notes. There we go. Okay. So I check the overlaps the grid. Yeah, things were pretty different way back. Like, I've been on the internet for over 20 years by now. So I sure remember the Flash days way back. I kind of miss it sometimes. What games did I even play? I think the Flash game I played the most was what was it called? It was like a Worms Armageddon clone, but with tanks. Flash game tank. Was it just called Tanks? Yeah, I think it was just called Tanks. That was probably... Yeah, I used to play that with my brother quite a bit. I think it was my brother I played it with anyway. It's been so long, I don't remember anymore. I used to play it with someone. No. Let's see. I might recognize it. I'm pretty sure I have not played it, but I recognize the art style. Yeah, it's fun to look back at games from way back sometimes. Like, a lot of my inspiration and what I like to do these days still stems from like games I played 20 years ago. Like, I was very much a Nintendo kid. I played a lot of Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64, and like a bunch of games I played back then still stick around as my favorite games today. Yeah, the Wii days were good days. That console was pretty good. I would rate it as possibly like one of the best consoles ever. Oh yeah, I used to play Skylanders with one of my younger brothers, because that was the days when they all wanted those figurines. So got to play that quite a bit with them. Yeah, I never got any myself though. What else is there? Wasn't there something similar to Skyland? Yeah, like I get the appeal from collecting them and stuff. Like, when I was a kid, there didn't really exist any equivalents for games, but we still collected like, oh, what was it? What is it called in English? Let's see. Is it just called? Yeah, we had Go-Go's, which is like super, super small figurines. I'm from Sweden, so we had this thing called Go-Go's, which is basically small plastic figurines that you just threw around, but also used as collectibles. Which is the closest I can think of to like Amiibos and Skylanders and things like that. But they obviously did not have any digital aspect to them. Oh, nice. Denmark, huh? It's, okay. Isn't it? Overlap. Oh, wait. Direct contains. That's the one. If it contains and the set equals selected height. Let's see. Oh, right. Yeah, so I actually do have one question, which is, how did you even manage to find my stream? Because I find myself wondering that. Like, I started streaming a few days ago, and I'm really curious how people actually come across my stream. I see. I'm actually kind of surprised that you found me through that category, but I guess there are a lot of people with very few viewers in that category. It's pretty niche. Yeah, that's interesting. Like, besides people I already know online, I think you are like the second person to find my stream. Yesterday, someone else also found my stream, and I was like, I wonder how they found me, and I didn't get to ask them because I ended the stream pretty soon after, but interesting. So people can actually find me through the category, because I know that Twitch is pretty well known for having awful discoverability. So it's very difficult for people to actually find you if you don't have a following. But it's interesting that you actually found me through that. Why is that not working? Red point. Yeah, that's understandable actually. I am kind of in the opposite. Like, I really like talking to people, and that's kind of my end goal when it comes to streaming. I like talking to people more than like actually doing the programming and playing games and whatnot. I just like interacting with people and talking about what I do and stuff like that. But at the same time, when I watch streamers, I never interact ever. Like, I can't remember the last time I actually used a stream chat. So I usually just end up watching VODs on YouTube myself. So it's kind of a weird mix in that when I'm the one streaming, I really like talking to people. But when I'm not the one streaming, I absolutely never talk to the streamer whatsoever. I don't know why that is, really. But you do have a point. I mostly just watch streamers that have a lot of viewers. So if I were to type in their chats, I would just be one of thousands. Yeah, that's understandable, especially if you go to like the very low viewer ones, because they tend to interact with their viewers way more. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. Now to figure out. I see. Yeah. I haven't really played Minecraft much myself. I did play the alpha, which was when did the Minecraft alpha release? Minecraft alpha 2011. No, wait, it released 2011. The alpha was 2009. Yeah, I played like the very original when it was extremely bare bones. And I played it briefly. It was quite a while ago. So I did play it very briefly, and then I didn't touch it for like... Oh, when did I play it again? I did play it again for like a few days back when Pokemon Go came out, because I made a friend playing Pokemon Go that played Minecraft Pokemon Go release. So yeah, 2016. So I did play Minecraft for like a week in 2016, and then last year I set up my server to play with my brother, which I barely ended up playing with at all. But I realized that when I played Minecraft, I got stuck with redstone. I spent basically all my time just figuring out how to create structures with redstones and automate things, like creating staircases that fold out and gates and stuff like that. So even though I was playing Minecraft, I somehow ended up just spending all my time programming. Yeah, I get that. Like, for most people, redstone goes way over their head, and they just follow like YouTube tutorials for how to make a very specific thing. But the moment I learned how redstone actually works in the game, all I did in the game was spend all my time programming things inside of Minecraft, which it was kind of fun, but at the same time, I was just all alone on my server, so it didn't last very long. I rarely play games like solo anymore. I found that as I grew older, like I'm 29 now. The past like 5 years or so, I found that I have a very difficult time playing games just by myself. I usually only play games with either friends or family. Otherwise, I lose interest very, very fast. Yeah. Yes. Range. Yeah, like that's also an interesting thing. I used to be what do you say? I used to be a very sweaty gamer. Like when I played a game, it was extremely serious. Like I would play competitive games, and when it was like semi-competitive solo games, I would make literal spreadsheets to keep track of my stats and what I did and what I should do, calculate things. Like everything I did turned into a math equation pretty much. I tried to optimize everything as much as I could and tried to be as efficient as I possibly could. And eventually, I reached a point where I was like, am I actually enjoying the games anymore? And the answer was no. I wasn't really enjoying the games. I was enjoying the aspect of min-maxing and like doing calculations and trying to optimize things because I'm a very technical person. Like I like problem solving and dealing with logic and stuff like that. So I realized that I preferred those things over actually playing the games, which has now led me to spending more time programming than actually playing games. Yeah, I also had that problem. I used to play Overwatch when that came out years ago, and I used to play Heroes of the Storm when that came out. And I used to play that with my friends and family, and things got way too toxic for me. Like people took it way too seriously. They would start insulting each other, get super angry over pointless stuff. Like it's just a game, it doesn't matter that much. So I quit playing those kind of games entirely at that point because I realized that it just caused friction and people to get mad at each other, and I prefer if everyone is just nice and happy instead. That just makes life so much easier. Yeah, that's understandable. I get that. Like I have this thing where I try to be like my goal is to have a very cozy stream. So like I want it to be chill, just have a good time, talk with people, be chill. But when I'm not streaming, my god, I have this like social server on Discord where I usually keep people up to date on what I'm working on, and I'm just going on the longest wall of text, like rant after rant about how frustrated I am about my code. So the other day I think I sat around 12 hours. I worked on this project straight on when was it? On Sunday. I sat like I woke up in the morning, started coding, and I was like, I'm gonna solve this problem. I sat 12 hours and I solved absolutely nothing. I just got more and more frustrated throughout the entire day. So when I check the chat logs, I get like progressively more angry and angry and angry. And it gets to the point where people are like joking about how angry I am at Unity. So they're like, oh my god, I can't even think of examples, but yeah, I was extremely pissed towards the end. It got to the point where I started looking at alternatives. Like, I don't want to work with Unity. Let's find a new game engine. Let's scrap the game. Let's do something else. And everyone was just listening to me writing more and more wall of text, not knowing how to respond. So I went back the next day and I was like, I was really mad about this, huh? So I realized, like, yeah, I should probably plan when I stream, because if I had streamed when I did that, it would not have been a very nice stream. Like, now I'm happy and chatty and everything is fine, because today I actually solved that problem I couldn't solve on Sunday, which made me extremely happy. So after I solved that, I started up the stream and kept working on it. But yeah, if I had streamed that Sunday, it would have been a terrible stream. My God, I was not happy. So yeah, people can be different when they're when they're to themselves. Yeah, I really like coding. Like, I've been coding. I started when I was around. I always say that I was 9 when I started coding, but I actually don't know if that is entirely true. I'm pretty sure I was 9 when I started coding, because it was at a time before I really understood English. And I could read, so I know, like, okay, I could read well, but I did not really understand English. So when I started coding, my older brother had to help me read stuff so that I could understand how to code. So it was a really interesting dynamic there, but I think I was around 9. But it wasn't really, you didn't write actual code. Let's see if I can pull it up. Warcraft 3. Yeah, like, I've been extremely interested in programming for 2 decades now. And I have worked professionally in, like, programming related stuff for, I think in like about 2 months or so will be my 1 decade anniversary working as a programmer. So it is both my job and my hobby. Sadly, the stuff I do at my job, I absolutely do not like whatsoever. Like, I have to use a programming language that I hate, and I work on projects that are, what should I say? They're too simple for me. Like, I feel like when I do most projects, my talent is wasted, that kind of deal. So it has the benefit of me doing my job extremely well and fast and quick, but it has the side effect of being extremely boring for me and not fun at all. So it has its benefits and its drawbacks. Like, I shouldn't really complain. I have a good, stable job. I get to do programming, which I'm really good at. Like, I usually don't I don't try to it's weird to say that you're good at stuff and whatnot, but, like, objectively in my profession, I am doing a good job. So there is that. Like, yeah, it's weird to talk about yourself that way, but yeah, I should be happy that I am in the position that I am, because I got extremely lucky with getting my job. I have had 1 single job my entire career. It was the first job interview I ever had. It was the first job I ever contacted. So I got extremely lucky right out of high school. So yeah, I should be really happy that my boss saw the potential when he decided to hire me. And now we're at a point where, like, if I leave, the company basically has to close. So he made a good decision back then. It's funny how things go sometimes. Let's see. Yeah, it's it's nice when that happens, but at the same time, like, I didn't get hired right away. I was like a NEET for 9 months, I think, something like that. I basically just I became a shut-in for 9 months where I just played games nonstop, didn't really do much, and I got really depressed from that. I realized that staying home and doing nothing is actually not good for your health. Getting a job actually helped a lot. So I wasn't lucky enough to get a job right out of high school, but yeah, I understand why people disagree. Like, a lot of people would say that, like, it would be great to not have a job and just be able to do what you want, but I was, at least at that time, in a position where I didn't know what to do, and since I had nothing to tell me what to do, I was just in limbo. So I was kind of stuck not knowing what to do with myself, and I just felt worthless and useless. That kind of deal. So getting a job for me at that point was really good for me, because suddenly I felt like, okay, I'm actually useful, I can do something, and things like that. Yeah, exactly. Like, I really like to do stuff and show that I'm capable of doing things. So it's different for different people. Let's see if I can actually find any picture of what I used to start programming. If there are any good pictures to find. Yeah, that's understandable. Like, it's also, it's difficult to say. Like, if I was just alone at home all the time, I would not like it. But if you're home all the time and have someone to spend time with and stuff like that, it would probably be a very different dynamic. So there's that too. There goes a lot into it. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Man, my brain is not processing this code right now. Why is it not working? Selected high. Yeah, I noticed. Like, that's the thing. I have Nightbot on the channel, and when it's the default before you start whitelisting and changing the settings, it is very strict. But I can still see everything, so it will slowly get better over time as I add things to the whitelist and ignore various words and whatnot. Wait, why is it? Yeah, it was the word colored. Yeah, I think it literally just has the default that it blocks colored because of ethnicities and stuff like that. Like, I think it has very strict limitations by default, and every time it blocks something, it asks, like, do you want to keep this or remove this? So very quickly it will start to not block those words, but I need to allow them first. I should probably actually check that later, see if I can just go through the list manually and remove some stuff. So let's see. Okay, we have this object which is 4 minus 4. This is 4 minus 4, 1. Which should... No, wait. No, yeah. 4 minus 4, 1 is the correct. It says that I'm clicking on that. So it must be this code that is wrong. Grid manager. Oh wait, is it? I completely forgot. Could it be... Yeah, that's it. I forgot how some of this code worked. I can't actually use this. That is a tricky question. I would say that you probably need some understanding. Like, there are very basic tutorials which are for extreme beginners that know basically no programming to help you get started. But I'm not really familiar with that stuff myself because, like, I know programming, so I just dive head first. Yeah, that's fair. Like, that's most people I know. When I talk to people, they think what I'm doing is magic, and I'm like, no, that's not how it works, but that is how people see it. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm actually not that familiar with. No, I don't think you like make the models, but people use Unity a lot to like create 3D scenes and animations and cutscenes and stuff beyond just using it to make games. But I will assume that they use things like Blender to make the actual models. From what I know, at least, like when it comes to 3D modeling and stuff, I'm at the same level as you when it comes to programming. I know nothing about 3D modeling. Well, I know some about it, but I can do absolutely nothing myself. No. If you're just dealing with like art stuff, you're using existing models and assets and things like that, you can probably do quite a bit in Unity. But it's like, so when you want it to be interactive and add actual gameplay and stuff, that's when programming becomes really important really fast. Yeah, that's fair. It is nice though that you're interested enough in it to actually look up streamers that stream programming and stuff. Like, I have so many people I know that like they seem like they would be interested in knowing about programming, not necessarily learning it, but they think it's cool and stuff, but none of them ever actually look into it at all. So it's nice to see someone that actually appreciates it but doesn't really learn it or use it actively. Yeah, that's fair. Like, do you have any specific like art style that you prefer for games? Okay. Yeah, I'm. Oh, oh no, not horror games. I I can't deal with horror. Like, yeah, I can't deal with any kind of horror media whatsoever, like movies, games. I'm very squeamish. Like, if I tried to play a horror game, I would probably jump out of my chair, quite literally, hit myself on the mic, and cry. Like, I've never been able to handle it at all. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, well, there's partially truth to that. Like, it's gore is probably what I have the most trouble with. Like, I don't like seeing gore. It makes me feel awful. Like, my body reacts bad to seeing gore. But psychological horror and stuff like that sometimes work. I found that I can't really deal with games or movies that have psychological horror that well. But I've tried reading like manga that has very extreme psychological horror, and that I can deal with pretty well, I've noticed. So it changes depending on what medium it is as well. Yeah. Get component in children, I think. Yeah. Yeah, the only two I know are the last two, Lethal Company and Rainbow Six Siege. Lethal Company I only know about because like it obviously blew up on Steam and everywhere online. I haven't really seen, I think the most I've seen of that game is like a 5-second GIF of someone opening a door. That's all I have seen of that game, but I know how popular it is. So. Yeah, I've seen a few pictures of the art style and stuff, and it's an interesting game, especially because, as far as I know, it was a single person that made the entire game, like everything about it, which is really impressive. Yeah. Oh, I did not know that. That's interesting. Okay, I think this code should work. Or not. Nice. I'm the kind of person that gets hyper fixated on games when I find something that I like. Like this game right now that I'm making is based on a game that looks extremely similar, which is called Cadence of Hyrule. Actually, just open up Cadence of Hyrule images. and the character model right now, or sprite, is actually, I've ripped it straight from the game just for development purposes, so that I quickly can iterate and test stuff, but the idea is to replace the character eventually. So this is basically the baseline for the game. The thing is that this game is not a puzzle game. Like, it has a few puzzles, but it has barely none. It is more like what's it called? It's a roguelike kind of. And it has the gimmick that you have to move to the beat of the game. So you can see at the bottom that you have this beat. So when they reach the middle, it's the beat of the music, and you must move or do an action to the beat, or you won't move or do anything. So you have to constantly keep track of that as well. So I'm taking like the core mechanics of this game and turning it into a puzzle game. So yeah, it is a really cool gimmick, although I'm terrible at that game. I have over 1,000 hours in this game, and I can barely play it with the beat. There is a setting to turn off the beat, and you can move however you want. So I almost exclusive play that mode, which is the entire inspiration for my game. I took that mode, and I'm like, okay, I really like this. I have put 1,000 hours into this, so clearly I enjoy it. And I want to take that and make a puzzle game out of it instead. So it actually focuses on that and try to create interesting objects and stuff to create unique puzzles. Because this game basically has... it doesn't have that much to do with puzzles. It has like, you can move crates, you can move boulders, and that's almost all there is to it. The game doesn't have much more than that in terms of puzzles. So I want to come up with new interesting ideas and try to make something interesting out of it. And maybe I'll get there, maybe not. Yeah, puzzle games are really nice. Oh yeah, I'm aware of that. I don't really use Epic, but well, I barely play games, so there's that. My favorite puzzle game, however, is Pokemon Puzzle League. Oh, oops. This is my favorite puzzle game, which is basically match-free. Like, you can swap blocks left and right, and that's all there is to it. Like, you place the cursor here, these two blocks swap place, and when you match free, they're broken. So some might compare it like Bejeweled or puzzle games like that. But this game I have played countless hours ever since I was a kid. Like, it got to the point where I actually... something I worked on as a hobby for a few years by Klossar.se. This is a clone of the game that I made, which it says coming soon, but the game is no longer in development, so yeah, I stopped. But if we just start, you can see here the entire point of the game. So if I adjust my volume a bit, oh yeah, I need to move that, and let's see, actually let's do this. Start. Doors Paradox, I'm not aware of that. I just... Why does it feel like it's ignoring my volume setting? Master volume. 40. There we go. So this is basically a clone of Pokemon Puzzle, which is my all-time favorite puzzle game, which I have played a lot. If I just... No. Oops. Yeah, so that's the basics. Like, if you play multiplayer, I can just show that real quick. When you play multiplayer and you start matching stuff, you actually send things to the opponent. So your goal is to do as much stuff as possible so that the opponent doesn't have time to like clear it out, and then they lose. So I used to play this with my brother a lot when we were kids, like the Pokemon Puzzle version. And we had this thing where we tried to make a match last as long as possible, because the longer you play, the faster things go. So you get to a point where you have to constantly match blocks, and if you for a split second do not match a block, you lose. So we have had matches that last for like over an hour, and you get to the point where it's like, if one of us lets up for a split second, we lose. And it's so fun when you get to that point. Yeah, that's my favorite puzzle game. Yeah, it gets pretty hectic when you have played it for a while, but it's super fun. And it also has like, I can show that as well real quick. It's the favorite part of the game for me is actually the puzzle mode. So you can make puzzles like this. You have things like this, and you can set like configuration. You want to clear it in 6 moves. And then your goal is to figure out, how do I clear this in 6 moves? Now you can clear it in 2 moves, but you get the idea. So you can come up with really, really complicated puzzles, build them, share them with others, and stuff like that. And that is incredibly fun as well. So this is actually the main reason that I worked on this project for this mode. Like, it's very customizable. You can make puzzles that are all kinds of sizes and dimensions. Like, you can have them be extremely big and just see what happens. So this is a project that I worked on and off for many years. I rebooted and started over from scratch like countless times, but last year I reached a point where I was like, I kind of lost interest. I've done what I want to do with it, and now I don't want to work on it anymore, which is common for me and projects. Like, I'm extremely motivated to work on things, and when I do work on it, like I worked on this project almost all my free time every single day for 2 or 3 months straight at one point. So I was up to like probably over 1,000 hours of coding this project in under 3 months, which gave me a burnout, of course. I didn't touch the project forever after that, but yeah. I get really into my projects, and then I kind of just discard them and move on to the next. We'll see what happens with this one that I'm working on now. Hopefully it leads to somewhere. Let's see here. Okay. Let me actually Google that because oh, I know that game. I remember seeing the trailer of it. It looks really nice. Like, I love the visuals for that game. It is an extremely pretty game. Oh, nice. From what I've seen, it kind of reminds me of what's that game called? There's another platformer. Reminds me of. Let me try to Google it. No, like the aesthetic of the game just kind of reminds me of something. I might also be completely wrong. I would need to find the game so I can make sure. Was it? Yeah, it was Unravel. That's the one I'm thinking of. It reminded me of Unravel when I saw it. Like, it doesn't have the same dark tone and stuff, but the platforming and visuals reminded me of it quite a bit. I haven't actually played Little Nightmares though, so I don't have much to go by. Yeah. Let's see. Rambo. Do I recognize that game? No, that game I do not recognize at all. Came out last year. Game. Lots of games that I do not recognize or have heard of. Rain World, I might have. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Now, I actually do not recognize. Like, I feel like I have seen the character of Rain World, but I do not recognize the game at all. It looks extremely cool though. Yeah, I can see why. Like, I'm looking at GIFs and stuff, and it looks extremely fluid and just really nice. That's the kind of game where you know that the developers actually put their heart into it. Like that's the kind of game that takes willpower to make. Interesting. I'm gonna note that one down. I might actually try that out at some point. As I mentioned, I barely play games anymore, but it does look really cool. Could be used for inspiration, if anything. Interesting. Yeah, that is often the case. The co-op and stuff is quite often an afterthought, which is sad, but oh, Twitch is about to play an ad. Thank you, Twitch. Yeah. Okay. Greenwald Code. Interesting. Oh, you play Genshin? I used to play it. I want to say that I'm glad that I managed to get out of it. I played it a lot. Yeah, like I really like exploration games. That's besides puzzle games, big open world exploration is probably my favorite. That's why I really like Zelda games, because it has like the best of both worlds for me. It has the puzzle game aspect and it has the exploration aspect. Although I prefer the old school Zelda games over the current one, but they're still good. Yeah, I played it back in 1.x, so like before they added the second region. I played it from release day until last patch before the new region. Then I dropped it, and I tried it briefly a few times after that, but I could never get back into it. So I stopped trying. I am playing what's it called? Why can't I remember the name of the game? Oh yeah, Star Rail. I do still play Star Rail, but I don't play it that much. I only start it like once a week, so something to do when I'm bored and have nothing better to do. I see. Yeah, I really like the exploration aspect of Genshin, and like I love the aesthetics of the game, like the anime style. I really like it. It's so clean. I'm not really that much of a fan of realistic looking games. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, The problem I had when I tried to get back into the game was the controls for some reason. Like, somehow when I tried to play it again, the controls for the character just felt really stiff. So like it didn't feel good to like run around and jump around and stuff. And I guess it's because I might have played some other game in between. And then when I went back, I was like, oh, this doesn't feel good. Like when you jump, the jump is very static. So it's like you always jump the exact same way and it interrupts momentum and stuff. And the movement in general just feels kind of scuffed. Like I really like the game beyond that, but I couldn't get back into it because of the movement. I wish they would improve that, but at this point, the game has been out for multiple years. I think so. So they're probably not going to touch something like that at this point. Oh yeah, I can't use the grid direct. Yeah, like movement is such an important part of games. You really need to get that right for it to feel good. I think my all-time favorite game when it comes to movement is probably Super Mario Odyssey on the Switch. Like the platforming and the movement and jumping and everything just feels perfect to me. I don't see how you can improve it in any way whatsoever. Everything just feels perfect to me. So hopefully they keep that going for their future Super Mario games. Yeah, I actually haven't played that. One of my brothers recommended it. He has it on Steam, I think, and told me to try it out. He said I would really like it because it has like puzzle aspects as well. So I might try it at some point. No, I actually did not. I barely know anything about the game at all. I only know that it's Harry Potter and it has puzzle. That's about it. I haven't seen or heard anything else. I kind of actively avoided the game when it came out because of all the drama online about the game, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna bother. People can keep that to themselves. I'll just deal with my own stuff. Ah, I see. That's actually interesting. I had no idea about that. Now I'm more inclined to try it at some point. Oh. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I very easily get sidetracked in games doing side quests and stuff. Yeah, that's understandable. I get that in some games too. Yeah, that's understandable. I think they fixed it in Genshin, but Genshin also used to have the problem where, like, if you didn't do the main story, you would get locked out of doing new stuff. So it was like they kind of pushed you constantly to keep up with everything that came out so that you could actually access everything. But from what I've heard from friends, I think they've solved quite a bit of that so that you can do most thing and skip ahead and stuff, even if you don't do the main story. Yeah, okay. I think it was... They mentioned that when... Yeah, exactly. And I think it was... is it 1, 2, 3, 4? The fifth one, they added, so you got a free teleport right to the entrance of the region or something. So you didn't even have to run over there if you hadn't done the previous one. Yeah, like, isn't it the current region, the one with all the water and stuff? Fontaine or whatever. Yeah, like if you check the map, there should have been a teleporter right in between the desert. Yeah, the desert and Fontaine. They like gave you a free teleport right between them, so you could go straight there. And I think they just gave it to everyone. You didn't have to do anything at all for it. Okay. Yeah, they might just do that by default now then, which is a good change. Like, they have probably realized that it's very difficult for new players to get into that game because they forced you to like do the story, and it was difficult to reach new places and stuff. Int elpos x equals grid point x. Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable. Although I think, don't quote me on this, but I think that Genshin doesn't really have any missable stuff. I think you can always go back and do everything in the game. I'm not entirely sure. I think I might have heard in the past that there was like one achievement that you could get locked out of, but they might have solved that as well. But as for anything else, I'm pretty sure that you can always do everything. Although you might temporarily be unable to do certain things because they're like, oh, this character is busy in this quest, so you have to do this quest before you do that quest and stuff like that. Yeah, that's fair. Like, I never really enjoyed the story of Genshin. Like, I have friends that say that, oh, it's gotten way better, the story is really good, the voice acting is really good, etc., etc. But I could never get into the story of that game. I really just wanted to explore. That's the part that I enjoyed. Sadly, I got stuck in the loop of using all my resin every single day, never sitting at resin cap ever, doing all the dailies every single day, and I did that every day for almost a year, which burnt me out completely. Yeah. I think Genshin is a much better game if you just ignore the end game stuff, basically. If you don't care about relics, don't care about doing the spiral abyss and stuff like that, and just play the game, enjoy the exploration, don't really think about the banners and stuff too much, I think the game becomes much better. Yeah, I was extremely obsessed with doing every single floor, and it got to a point where they power creeped the game so much I couldn't keep up, which also was kind of annoying and not fun. Just like, oh, pay money, just pull more. No, I don't want to spend money. Yeah, I did the mistake of spending some money. I did have the, what was it called? The Welkin Pass, or Welkin card, or whatever it was called. I had that for like probably 6 to 9 months or something, which isn't too bad. Like, it was the only game I played that entire time, and I played the game probably at least 8 hours a day at that time. So I feel like it wasn't that bad, but at the same time, I do regret spending that money on the game. Why is there... Oh. Oops. Oh. Yeah, I didn't even know there was fighting, but I guess that makes sense because it's Hogwarts. Of course there must be some kind of fighting. Yeah, it sure sounds like it. I might enjoy it more than I thought then. Like, my brother did recommend it, and I was like, might not be for me, but I had no idea what the game was actually like. So I might give it a shot at some point. Nice. Flying is always fun in open world games. I wish more of them would actually allow it. Oh, nice. Alright, I need to... Hmm. Understandable. I think at this point I've realized that you don't really like the main stories of games. Hmm. Hmm. I see. How do I? Hmm. Nice. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it does sound fun. It's fine. I like chatting about all kinds of stuff, so it's not a problem. Yeah, sure. Okay. Roguelike. Ah. Yeah, I've never really played any of these types of games. Like, I know they're super popular, like Vampire Survivors. If it's even called that, I'm not sure what it's called, and recent games that are all based on it. Uh, there are a lot of those kinds of games these days. I've never really played any game like that ever. I'm not sure why. They do seem pretty hectic though, which I try to avoid these days. Yeah, that's always the fun part, when you get so stupidly OP that everything just dies around you and you don't even have to do anything yourself anymore. Object field. Yeah, understandable. I mean, those games do seem, I would say, almost addictive. Like, you get that. Uh, it has that game cycle that makes you want to play more and more and more, because you always get rewarded constantly, and it just feels good. Yeah, that's a good sign for the game. Good games do that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, games are very fun in general. Oops, that's the wrong value. Where was I? There. New selection. Prefab type prefab. Get prefab asset type. Good question. What did I say? I might not have said much. No, I probably just said that games are fun. I think that was about it. Then I focused on the code. Yes, I can. If I know. Okay. Why is it now? Oh. Bridge container of bridge manager as well. Oh, that's weird. Prefab space grid. Oh. Oops. No, wait. Here we go. How about now? Oh, it placed a bridge, but not the correct one. Now it should hopefully work. Oh. I can place bridges. Nice. Okay. So next, let's see. Oh yeah, wait, if I place it, can I undo? Nice. Add component. Unit. How does that work? Unity. Let's see. Instantiate prefab. Is that it? I think that's it. Thank you for the follow. Nice. Okay, now I can place bridges and I can undo it. If I set it to like 2, oops. What did I do? I did something. 3. Set it to 2. Perfect. Okay. And then I probably want to add... Yeah, this should work. I should now be able to right-click on bridges to remove them as well. Yes. I can add and remove bridges very easily. Although... Yeah, it was nice chatting to you. Yeah, see you. Yeah, that would be nice. So what do I do next? I guess I want to fix so that this does not seem to work when for the icon I can also let's see here. Icon. Was it like that? Just have a B for bridge. Why is the icon not showing? Interesting. Okay. What? Oh, that's a lot of bridges that should not be there. Okay, that explains that. Now the B is there, so why? The moment I select something, Dialog, no grid. I guess it's because the selection does not actually include the grid, but an object inside of the grid. So what we want to do is something inside of the grid is selected. Wait, should I actually do that to prevent? Oh, use means that it's like consumed. Okay. Now let's see. If I select this and click, there's no grid. So then no, that seems in parent, get components in parent. Isn't it just this? Yeah, it is recursive. So if grid manager return, just for consistency's sake. And we might want to use it either way. So we do this to prevent. No, actually we do not want that. Because if there is no grid selected or anything, we want other tools to kick in. Now I can select, and then I can click on something and I still can place no matter what the selection is. Alright, and if I delete the selected object, we should probably just there we go. Oh, nice. Now I place a bridge, select it and delete it. It goes back to the grid manager. Great. Now I can make bridges really easily. Perfect. And now that this is done, we'll remove that for now. Bridge tool. Actually, didn't I change base grid? Oh yeah. Is it grid manager I use? No, it's just grid. And properly assign bridge container to base grid prefab in base grid prefab. So that's separate, and then here. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't want to trigger middle click. So I just want 0 or 1. Like that. So that I can still use middle click to move around the camera. There we go. Actually, if we don't right click on an object, we shouldn't. If bridges count is greater than 0, then we use, and then there we always use. I think that's best. Bridges first. Yeah, because this one selects it when you click on it. We still want to use in either case, yeah. Oh yeah. To do implement dragging for bridge. So I can. But what? Why is it not? Because of that? Hello. Why is it? That's very strange. I'm basically just practicing Unity, so I'm basically doing all kinds of different things within Unity just to learn the various system and stuff. But what I'm currently working on is essentially a puzzle game. See if it goes anywhere. So it's a turn-based puzzle game. So whenever you move, everything else in the game also moves. So the entire idea is to figure out how to move around and complete levels. That's the basic idea behind everything. So yeah. Although right now I am currently, what I've done this stream is I've just implemented bridges that you can walk over and under and stuff. And I'm working on the editor tools for placing them and removing them and stuff. Because of this. Try that again. Why? Ah. Now it works. Nice. Okay, so I can place them, I can undo, I can remove them, I can move camera. I think that's done for now. Open dragon for bridges. Actually, I'll remove this and then notes. Bridge tool. Add ability to drag and drop existing bridges. And then let's see. Just commit these changes. And remove bridges. Commit. Okay. What do I want to do next before I wrap up for the day? Terrain. Oh yeah. Cycling through game objects. Can I do that now? Now I need to figure out how to deal with that first. Do I have anything else? Dialogue editor. Oh yeah. Dialogue. Hello world. Open editor. Might do that later as well. Optimization, push animation, bug. Oh, the bridges are being added to the wrong place sometimes. Why is that? Or is that fixed now? Yeah, I think that's an earlier bug. Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah. Do I want to... Good question. I should add an... what do I even call that? Then... 3 hours. It is getting pretty late. I should probably wrap up very soon. Do I have anything left from... Actually, I wonder if there's a way for me to fix so that grid bounds and such can be used in the editor. Yeah. I think that's it for today. Wrap up some stuff and then go to bed. Let's see. Did commit everything. I can save that. Oh yeah. Bridge. Oh. Yeah, I think that's everything for today. Thank you for watching.